Hi, welcome to the last essay of our semester. This is called the proposal argument in your textbook. I often call it the policy argument, partly because we use the word proposal to talk about, well, the proposals we've done already for our first three essays. So I kind of feel it's a little redundant. So instead, I like to call it the policy essay. But the editors of Everything in Argument call it a proposal, so we'll use both terms. The proposal or policy argument is to be a minimum of 2,500 words, in which you present and support an argument or proposal as defined in Everything's an Argument, Chapter 12. Oh my God, 2,500 words. Well, listen. Let me explain a couple things. To do this paper right, you really do need to have a substantial amount of words. You'll also see that actually the words will come pretty quickly. Your essay must cite a minimum of 10 outside sources, 8 of which originate in print or have print analogs, and hopefully we're all familiar with what that means by this time. At least 4 should be from peer-reviewed sources, and that you also should be familiar with. These are peer-reviewed academic journals or university press books. These sources should be presented in correct MLA fashion with both parenthetical in-text documentation and a works cited page. Dictionaries, encyclopedias, and other general reference works do not count as sources. Please remember, you may use such sources. They just don't count towards your 10. Also, your essay must start with an abstract, which should run about 100 to 200 words. Abstract. So what is that? What is an abstract? An abstract is a summary. In fact, if you've been using EBSCOhost or JSTOR, chances are pretty good you've read some abstracts already. They're a summary of what is to be found in the essay. So these words do count towards your total word count. So if you have a 200-word abstract, you've already knocked 200 words off of the 2,500 that you need. You can go over 200 if you want, but please not too much. It's not supposed to be a major deal. And in fact, one of the things that I suggest many times is that the abstract be one of the last things that you write. Now, the topic will be a topic of your own choosing. But just as a reminder, there are a few topics that are off limits: abortion, death penalty, child abuse, and religion, the forbidden 4. Certainly there are many other topics to choose from. You must provide a word count of your essay at the end of the text, covering only your actual text. In other words, the works cited page doesn't count. If you have a works consulted page, that does not count. Words in a table do not count. You get the idea. The essay will be divided into 3 major sections called problems, solution, and benefits, as discussed in the sample policy essay video. Okay, so there are actually 2 files for the sample. One is just a sample by itself, which you can look at on your own time, and then there is the video that I have created that walks through that sample essay. Now, you are to submit a proposal by the end of the day, Thursday, July 30th, 11:59. The proposal should be based on the instructions on page 302 of Everything's an Argument, and should include an annotated bibliography with at least 5 sources. Be sure to use the Tolman model of claim, reasons, and warrants in your proposal, and I'm looking forward to seeing some correct warrants this time through. You will need to submit a rough draft by the end of the day, Wednesday, August the 5th. The draft should be as full and complete as possible, meeting all the minimum standards required for the assignment. The more work you put into the draft, the better your final draft will be. Based on previous experience, including this semester, I can tell you that the difference in the grades of essays that have been peer edited and those that have not is striking. Please be sure to consult the out-of-class paper guidelines and the MLA handbook so that you avoid errors in presentation and style. Some of you have ignored the guidelines to your peril. I would like you to finish up strong, so please review those guidelines. As before, you should submit the rough draft both to me and to a peer group. The peer edits will be due the next day, Thursday, August the 6th, 11:59. Revise and polish your essay and turn in the final draft at close of day, Friday, August the 7th, 11:59 p.m. No late essays will be accepted. The course will be closed. In other words, literally, okay, the Canvas course will be closed and you will not be able to submit late materials. For those of you who've been pushing it up to literally the last minute, this could be a disaster. So I encourage you not to wait till 11:59 to submit. So the minimum requirements for this assignment are at least 2,500 words, which includes the abstract and the composition of your essay, at least 10 sources cited in the paper, 8 of those must originate in print or have print analogs, and at least 4 of those sources are peer-reviewed. Should have an abstract at the start of the essay. That's actually very easy. A problem, solution, benefits format, as discussed in the sample video, and the MLA documentation for both in-text and works cited page. Pretty straightforward.